Hi everyone. Uh, Today uh, I'm going to talk about how I'm thinking about marketing in the SaaS business. From my last couple of videos, couple of people have reached out to me to create video about scaling in SaaS. So, I'm still early in the journey. I just want to clarify, I don't have results as of now. I'm working on it and it's something I just in very early stages. What I want to share with you is the mindset shift and how I'm planning further. So first, let's talk about the service mindset, like how I used to do marketing in service sector because I come from a background as a freelancer. So you bid on the projects, you reach out to clients, create a cover letter. If client likes your cover letter, uh, you know, you like you read the job post, you pointed out the certain aspects of the job, right? And how you can actually fulfill it, and you have the capability. You just showcase it to the client, and if the client shows interest, you book a call with the client, uh, do the talk, showcase the demos, and you actually tell them how you are actually going to achieve it and what's your plan for that. And obviously, down the road, you share estimates and infrastructure that will be used, the technology you are going to use, right? So yeah, that's how I used to do that. Okay, and that's how you get clients on board. And that's the mindset. I also used to take feedbacks from clients as well, even if I don't get selected for that particular job post I have applied. I mean sometimes the conversation happens, but the client doesn't hire you, and generally I leave a couple of lines to every client, kind of. If they can provide a single line feedback, the reason for not hiring me, which will actually help me improve myself later, so that I can actually get similar kind of projects, so that I don't lose in future. It's not like that every client responds back, but yes, few clients responded back, and it did work for me. And to be honest, it worked very well for in the services sector. And when you start developing the product for a client, feedbacks, you know, are easy to get from the client in a very short period of time. You know, you build something, even not build something, even on everyday basis. We build something, we provide it to the client, they provide some feedback the next day, or in the weekly or bi-weekly releases, and you build the product on top of that based on the client feedbacks, because you're building it for somebody else and you're building for their vision, right? So in services, more important is you have to understand client's vision, right? And yeah, but now when you shift to building your own products, you don't have feedbacks. You cannot build for everyone, right? So you have to like fight your own self, uh, finding the right set of features that are required in the product and whether that should be adoptable or not. So let's suppose if somebody doesn't know you and doesn't uh, know much about your product either, and they're trying to use it first time, whether your product itself capable of telling that story, that what it is being used for or not. So that's important. So that's how the adaptability comes into picture, right? So yeah, it's a kind of struggle, um, making things work, like whether this will work or this will not work. um, I mean, you have to decide yourself. I mean, in services, clients may tell you, I mean, this is not gonna work. We need this and that, and you have to adjust it like that. So we generally make changes as per the client requirements. Now here we are building our own product, so we have to decide ourselves whether this is the right approach or not, right? So while building something, I think it's important to understand your targeted customers, the way they use softwares, the language they speak, their, you know, how tech savvy are they, right? So you can think from that perspective how you can make things easier, which we call it, which we call it as like how uh, you make the user experience good, or a user friendly application you can create. Now, shifting from services to product mindset, you have to spend a lot of time uh, with your customers as well as yourself, thinking what will be the right approach that you know it's it will be easier for them to adopt. Now what I'm doing, so as I'm building couple of products in the SaaS space, uh, my approach at the moment is something to learn about customers, to learn about my targeted customers, how they do day-to-day activity in their business, uh, what is their correct approach, what are their pain points that I'm trying to solve. At this particular moment, as I said, I'm not scaling anything, I'm not promoting anything, and I'm not pitching anything. What I'm doing is I'm learning my day-to-day customer actions and how I can make that journey easier for them. More importantly, while solving their pain points, what features I can include that will actually help them save the pain, save them the time, more productivity at the same time. But let me share you something very interesting. There is a difference, We are sitting, we are doing the code, we are developing things with our own mindset. We understand, we have designed the tech as per our own understanding. This works this, and this modules come this, and you have to click here and next, go next, and you have to do this in the another module. You need to make changes, right, at different places. And that's how we actually think, being a tech savvy, because we are used to of tech, right? And our mindset is developed in such a way that things that's are obvious to us. I have to click here, I have to do that. But do you think the same mindset your customer will have? Will your customer be same tech savvy as you are? Right. So it's very important what your customer can do, right? What are their skill sets? It's important to know their ability to adopt digital transformation. Giving you a small example, like earlier we used to write on in traditional business, we write on pen and paper, and fill the registers and everything on daily basis. So so a mindset is there. You're used to of writing rather than typing or filling a form, right? Because given my experience, though we are in an era where we used to chat with people, we are using WhatsApp, we are talking to somebody, right? But fluently talking to someone is something different, and filling up a form is a different thing, because you are doing something which is your job, right? Or you are under some pressure, you have to fill it right, it has to be correct. Whether while typing, are they feeling comfortable, like browsing the UI and everything. And I think those things matters a lot when you are floating any application in the market. Other major aspects, I think, are, I mean, this is what I'm implementing. Like, I do care about, like, there should be no runtime errors in the application while we move to productions. I mean, there could be functional issues, right? It could be possible, but we generally try to avoid uh, the runtime errors as much as possible, right? So that user don't see any uh, error-prone screens, right? Like there are errors in red or something, they're seeing a broken screen. It actually uh, takes their trust off that particular application. But they see, oh man, this is not working, let's shut it down and do the routine stuff. So you are actually giving them extra pain if you are doing this, right? I mean, if your application is not working correctly. So I think initially these points are very important while you're building, right? So these are the basic considerations which one needs to start with. Other than that, I'd suggest um, there is one new role. I mean, this is something new that is come up nowadays as I'm learning, which is like front desk engineers. So, what are front desk engineers? Front desk engineers are someone who actually goes to the market, uh, talk to the customer, observe the customer day to day journey, um, like see how they actually doing the entries in their business, or any, how they are operating, whatever thing they are doing, either manually, or the kind of nomenclature they are using in their day-to-day operations, right? uh, so uh, it's more like observing, whether you're um, you know it's not something you are going there to teach someone that how to use the software, rather than understanding and observing how the software will fit in their day-to-day work operations. So yes, I think this is what I'm planning to, I'm already doing, but I'm planning to do it more on this. I'm in a stage where I'm actually working with a couple of customers and implementing this on ground. So it's very early stage, but yes, I'll keep sharing my learnings and my journey with all of you. I think that's it for now for today. Otherwise, the video may keep going longer and longer. It's already, I think, around 14 or 15 minutes. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching this. Uh, do subscribe the channel for more informative videos in the coming days. Do like the channel. Do like this video as well. And keep sharing. Thank you so much. Have a good day.